Okay, so this project for the Pearl is based on chapters 1 through 3 and what we've seen in those chapters. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and read through this with you. Okay, and if you have questions about this, make sure you put it into our document that's shared each day that we have class. In The Pearl by John Steinbeck, symbolism can be seen throughout the novel. A symbol is often an ordinary object, event, person, or animal to which we have attached extraordinary meaning and significance. So I gave you some of the symbols in the novel and what they represent. Now, if you would like to do a different symbol that you find that I don't have here, you certainly can, okay? So I'm telling you what it represents. If you think it represents something else, that's fine as well, all right? Ooh, I got some in my eye. Ooh. So the pearl is a representation of the wealth. We see that in chapter 3. The song of the family, we saw that in chapter 1 especially. It's a song of gives safety, wholeness, or warmth. Song of evil is when Kino starts to sense dishonesty in people or bad intentions, like people are trying to do him harm. The song of the pearl, that might be from chapter 2, when he's diving for a pearl, and Juana's praying that it will save Coyotito, right, because he'd been bitten by the scorpion. Represents hope. The song of the undersea represents comfort. There's a lot of imagery in that when he's diving in chapter 2 that suggests that. Kino's canoe, we've already talked about, was in chapter 2. Tradition and a way of survival. And the scorpion, which was chapter 1, just shows the ruthlessness or the harm that's in nature. And we see that in other chapters as well. We saw that in chapter 3 with the big fish, right? Murdering the little fish, and the night owl hunting the mice, all right? Your task or your job, I'm actually going to make this bold. Your job is to choose 2 of the symbols from the list above, which you've already seen that in the example that I showed you, project. And then using Google Slides, you're going to show what each of these symbols represents in the story. And you're going to have 6 total slides, which I already showed you 2 of them in the example, right? Your main requirements, you'll choose 2 symbols from the list above. I'm on number 1. For each symbol, you'll identify what it represents, which I've already given you that. So that's just rewriting it. Number 3, for each symbol, you have to have 2 pieces of evidence that support what the object symbolizes. We'll be working on that on Wednesday, and I'll talk more about that then, so don't worry about that. Number 4, we'll also talk more about on Wednesday, so don't freak out. For each piece of evidence, you'll explain how it connects to the symbol. You could do a video explanation if you prefer instead of writing it out, okay? Number 5, you do need to create a title page for the symbols that you've chosen. You'll include your name and period, and we already looked at that. That's due on Wednesday. And 6, create a closing page. It's a collage of images and words that represent the chapters 1 through 3, which I showed you, and that's going to be due on Wednesday. Use colorful text. Use colorful text and colorful text. I think that was probably supposed to be images. What do you think? Probably. Use colorful text and images, audio or video. Like I said, you can use a video if you'd like to represent something. And then how will your grading look? It's total of 10 points. Your title page is 2 points. That's the first bullet. And then the last bullet is your closing slide, which is 2 points. And that's what we're working on for Wednesday. And then the rest of the information in between is 6 points, which is what you'll start working on Wednesday. Okay? This is due by April 20th. That's next Monday by 11:59. And you'll submit this. This is in Google Classroom, and this has been assigned in Google Classroom, and you'll submit it right through Google Classroom. I don't know why it says by Friday. Let's change that, right? You can see I'm doing this as I go here. All right, by Monday. Okay, so that's that. And if you're confused about what you're doing, go back and watch the example, all right? That I already made that video. You should have watched that video first. Next thing you need to do is review summary of chapters 1 through 3. That's in Google Slides, okay? I will be reading that to anybody that wants it read to them. All right, so that's that. By Wednesday, make sure you do your title page, choose your 2 symbols, your title page, and your closing page.